Yeah. All right. So far, so good. Check it out. All right. We have this thing called the Morning Five Planner, right? And the Morning Five Planner, you open it up, and it's got this cool stuff, a place for you to write your gratitude goals. It's kind of hard to see in this particular shot, but woke up this morning, grabbed my Morning Five Planner, and what's neat is at the top of every page in the planner, there is a quote that is submitted by actual members of this community. All right, look at my hair right there, dude. You can tell like I slept good. There is a quote submitted by an actual member of the community. So today's quote was submitted by Amid Jones. Amid Jones, right? He's got a beautiful picture of a beautiful picture here of him and his son, right? And so he submitted the quote today. And here's what the quote says. The quote says, "If you are given the opportunity to succeed and you aren't, there is something you are not sacrificing." There is something you are not sacrificing. And so I read that, and I'll be honest, that hits me a little bit. Like it just, I don't know, man. Like I sit here and I think about it, and I'm like, part of me says we're children of like God, and as children of God, we can create, and that means we can have it all. You don't have to sacrifice, right? Why do you have to sacrifice? Why can't you live 800%? Why can't you have the best relationships, make incredible money, have a wonderful career, be incredibly healthy, right? Why can't you have your cake and eat it too? It's kind of what pops in my mind. Why do we have to sacrifice? So then I'm like, well, let's look at that. Let's analyze that. Let's question that, right? I'm in this stage of my life where it's like, question everything. Question your thoughts. Question why you believe what you believe. So I typed it into Google. I typed the quote into Google, and it was cool because it popped up Adoniram Judson. Adoniram Judson. And here's how he says it. He says it a little bit different. He says, "There is no success without sacrifice. If you succeed without sacrifice, it is because someone has suffered before you. If you sacrifice without success, it is because someone will succeed after you." And this guy, Adoniram Judson, he was actually, when you look him up, he was a missionary. He was a missionary. He went out, introduced people to the story of Jesus, and ultimately he was known for he interpreted the Bible into different languages for people around the world, right? But when I read it that way, I thought, oh my gosh, so which one do you want? Do you want that success where you can have it all and you don't have to sacrifice anything? Because that only comes through the blood, sweat, and tears and sacrifice of somebody before you. Or do you want to be the one? Blood, sweat, tears, that shoulders the burden, that makes the sacrifices so that you can make an impact on those that come after you.
Good morning and welcome to Rise and Grind Live. Unlock your full potential with the power of daily motivation, education, inspiration with your host, Glenn Lundy, a husband to one, father to 8, global motivational speaker, and the author of The Morning Five.
I'm Heather Parody, former therapist turned online entrepreneur and wannabe comedian.
Celebrity interviews, transformational information, and a massive community around the #1 morning show in the world. It's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind.
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is, what is today? Today is Thursday. That's right, today, Thursday, normally, right? Might be a little different today. But today is Thursday. That's right, Thursday, October 12th. Sorry, I gotta get it together. Today is Thursday, October 12th, 2023, and I can already tell that over on Facebook, they're messing with us today. So crazy. Yesterday, they like pushed us out. Everybody found the show like that, right? It was crazy. Hundreds of people up in here. And yesterday, I didn't even have, like, I was not all put together. I was frustrated. Today, we got an amazing show. Everything's all put together. It's beautiful. Everything's perfect. And you can tell that people are having a hard time finding the show. So do me a favor. Those of you that have found the show this morning, go ahead and tag your friends. Hit the share button. Those of you on Clubhouse, do me a favor. Click the link at the top of the room right there. Come join us. So crazy, man. So crazy. All right, so today is Thursday. Thank you, by the way. Today is Thursday, October 12th, 2023. What's crazy, today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Thursday, October 12th, 2023. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. I'm coming to you live from Miami Beach. It is beautiful. It is like 90 degrees out there, right? I am coming to you live from Miami Beach, and I am in Miami Beach for the NAMAD event, National Association of Minority Automotive Dealers, and it has been spectacular. The information that I've picked up has been absolutely spectacular. The energy of the place, absolutely spectacular. My friends over at WOCAN, which is the Women of Color Automotive Network, they had a big luncheon yesterday, and I was so proud of my friend Carrie Wise and just what her and Erica and these ladies have put together. They had like 100 women in the room yesterday. It was absolutely spectacular. The energy is just incredible, and the food, let me tell you, I've been to a lot of automotive events. You don't get menus in most automotive events like you get at NAMAD. Like fried chicken and waffles yesterday. It was delish. Like, they are not playing the briskets and the barbecue. I mean, the food here is just absolutely phenomenal, right? It's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, the overall event, it's just you have this incredible view, right? This incredible view of the Fontainebleau Hotel. It's this world-class event and experience, right? You're surrounded by decadence. There's yachts everywhere, and you can tell that there's like millions of dollars that were spent on this event, right? Dozens of sponsors that they have at this event. And we're talking big sponsors, right? Ford, Nissan, Toyota, General Motors, all these high-profile guests and speakers that are in the building. As a matter of fact, I even met Ken Griffey Jr. yesterday here at this awesome event. Got to meet Mr. Ken Griffey Jr., super nice guy. Got to have a conversation with him, which was crazy, right? And then on top of that, some of the most successful men and women, not just in all of automotive, right, but in all of business. I mean, people that have just reached massive levels of success everywhere. It's insane. It's just been absolutely incredible. It is a remarkable display of over 43 years of incredibly intentional relationship building. 43 years of incredibly intentional and over-the-top service to one another. 43 years. 43 years aimed at a very special long-term goal and the vision that was started to be able to help more women and people of color gain dealerships, get access to dealerships, be able to own their own dealership, this thing that they could pass down, this legacy building thing, right? It was a vision of a few, if not just one, and then the tenacity to act on that vision, to move towards that goal, right? 43 years ago. 43 years ago. And that decision and those actions have compounded over time and ultimately changed the world. Literally changed the world. When you're here and you have these conversations, these dealers are like, if it wasn't for NAMAD, I never would have got my first store. Now, once I got my first store, then I got this, that, boom, 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 boom. My life changed. Their life changed. Now I'm employing 300 people. I'm employing 800 people. I'm serving multiple cities and communities and thousands of people, right? All like, it's just the ripple effect. 43 years compounded of intentionality. It's so beautiful to experience it. It's beautiful, right? And to think it just wasn't always this way. And as a matter of fact, there's 1,000 people here this year. There were 600 people here last year. And less the year before. And less the year before. And less the year before. 5 years ago, a lot of people in automotive didn't even know they existed. Compound effect. So beautiful to experience. And something that is happening in your life and my life every single day. It has been our theme for the week. We're going to continue to talk about it. Before we do, though, well, why is that not playing? Before we do, we're supposed to do some dancing. Oh, maybe it is playing and I can't hear it. Hold on. Nope, it's not playing. It's not playing. We're supposed to do some dancing. But for some reason, I don't have any music over here. So I got this music, but it's like country music. So y'all hear that? I guess that's what we're going with today. This is what we got. We gotta go with what we got, right? So listen. For those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button if you haven't done it already. And I'm telling you, I can see over on Facebook, people are having a tough time finding the show this morning. I don't know why Facebook's hiding it, but they are. So help them out, if you don't mind. This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you, and I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay, say what's up, and I'll say what's up back. Renee, I'm so glad you're here. Scott Simons is in the building. What's up, Christina? How you doing, Izu? What's up, Mary Lynn and Jackie, Aday and Liza? What's up, Justin and Kate, Glendina and Melvin? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Andy's in the building. Peter's in the building. Don Sankey's in the building. Good morning, Yolanda. I'm glad you're here. William's in the building. Natasha's in the building. Fiona and Mike, thanks for being here. Janelle, Jackie and Alicia, I appreciate you. Ramona and Veronica. I see Vicki Everett and Mike Strong, Tony Thorstad, William Bush, Kim Fair's in the building this morning. What's up, Rodney Rock Hatfield? I hope you and your sister are doing amazing. James Boardwine, Russell Hill, great to see you. Sheila Santini, thanks for joining us this morning. Babs Alexander, Michelle Gravely, all of y'all. Thank you so much for joining me right here on hashtag Rise and Grind. I truly, 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 truly appreciate you. Now, where is my thing? Because my computer's moving really slow for some reason all of a sudden. Okay, good. Let's keep going.
What's interesting, y'all, is we decided to do a segment called Wacky World Wednesday several months ago, and I don't even know where it came from. Wacky? Like, why wacky? So it made me think, does it matter in our life that we add a little wackiness? You know what I'm saying? Should you be wacky? What's wacky mean? So I asked two groups of people who are pretty wacky. Some comedians, and well, I'm gonna leave the last folks as a surprise, but this is what wacky is, why wacky matters. But hey, does it matter in life that you're wacky or not? Yes or no?
I hope not, because I am live by that motto, wacky.
But so you don't think it matters though?
I think you need to be a little bit.
Oh, you do need to be wacky. Why?
Because it's just more fun, right, Dom?
Dom, what do you think about being wacky? Does being wacky matter in life? Or should we just be serious in life and
stay inside the box.
Come on, you can do it.
What are you doing?
On top of my mouthful.
We're the wacky group, so let's yeah.
Who you call wacky?
Wacky.
I mean, we're just here.
Wacky to me is this guy.
That's my answer. This is wacky.
Is it important to be wacky in your life? Yes or no?
Well, yeah.
Why?
Come on. Why?
I can see myself in your glasses.
Because what else you gonna
You
do?
gotta have a little fun. You gotta let loose. It's not all serious business. People take life too seriously. Let's have a good time.
Ain't no sense in being down when you can have wacky time.
Wacky is freedom.
Wacky is freedom. Can y'all hit something?
Sure.
All right, y'all, comment below right now. Is being wacky important? What's the wackiest thing you've done lately? You never know what you're gonna get. You never know what you're gonna get. What are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing? What's it look like I'm doing? Crunches.
Literally while we're filming.
Yeah, man.
He didn't warn me of this. He just literally started doing it. What are you doing, dude?
I'm doing crunches. If you do just a few crunches all the time while you're sitting, over time, it'll add up to a 6-pack.
Where did you get that idea?
Or maybe a 4-pack in this case.
Where did you get this idea?
I got the idea from the compound effect. Have you ever read that book?
I actually have 3 copies of it, and they're all like massively underlined. I love it.
It's an incredible book.
I don't
right?
think that's what he was talking about, though.
That is what like little tiny actions. Like if I do 10 crunches every time I sit down on a couch, right? If I do 10 crunches, then over time, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, I'm allowed to eat all the Fruity Pebbles I want, and I still get a 4-pack.
Okay, so the little things you are doing actually matter, and then if you compound all the bad habits to the little habits, then I'm sorry, you're in bad luck.
Well, but ultimately, because the bad habits will compound too, right? And I think that's what Darren Hardy's trying to make us understand is if we can't stop eating the burger with cheese, just at least take off the cheese.
Yeah.
And even that over time can have a positive effect versus a negative effect, right? Because negative thoughts, negative actions, all of that compounds.
Right.
Just as well as anything positive, like doing crunches.
So now it's like micro little adjustments, which get frustrating because it takes longer to see results. So even if you take that into like business or relationships or whatever, if you're doing good, you might not see as many big changes at first because it's those little micro compounds.
Yeah, and what I also really liked about the book is that that exponential effect that happens, right?
Yeah.
So we don't see anything. Actually, my guy Dave Meltzer talks about this all the time too. He's like, a pond is gonna fill up with lily pads, right?
It's a beautiful scene.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So it's like over a week, it's maybe 1/10 of the way full.
Okay.
And then 2 weeks later, it's 25% of the way full or whatever, right?
Okay.
And then it's compounding. So now 4 weeks later, it's 50% full,
Okay.
right? And so you're thinking, okay, it's going to be another 4 weeks
Right.
before it's all the way full. But it's
Following.
literally just doubling. So in the next week, it goes from 50% full to 100% full. Doesn't take as long because it's that exponential compound effect. You see what I'm saying? Because it's
Yeah.
like doubling every week
Yeah.
or whatever it is. And that's how I really love how it taps into how these things, we might not see them now, and we might not think we're still really far away, but ultimately you're just a couple more reps away from getting that result.
I bet it gets frustrating, man, because you want to see those results. You want to see those lily pads in that pond like yesterday, right?
Hey, I get it. I'm with you, and that's why I think it's important that we read these types of books. We talk about them. We figure out ways where we can create those good habits to remind ourselves that, yo, it's worth it.
That's it. What is the little tiniest habit that you have implemented that has had the biggest impact on your life? Comment down below.
All right, so let's break that down one more time. I want to make sure you don't miss that, right? I want to make sure that you did not miss that, because that part is super important, okay? So imagine a pond. Lily pads are growing on the pond. They are doubling every day, okay? So first you have 1, then you have 2, then you have 4, then you have 8, right? Then you have 16, then you have 32, right? Then you have 64, right? Next day you have 64, next day you have 128, right? Next day after that you have 256, right? And then after that it's 512, right? And then the next day you have 1,024 lily pads in your pond, right? And the day after that you have 2,000 and, what's 1,024? 2,048, right? You have 2,048 lily pads. And then the day after that you have 4,096 lily pads in your pond, right? So let's say it's a year, and it's taken a full year. It's a full year. And your pond is half full of lily pads. How long until it's actually full? Well, the answer is 1 more day. It took a year to get halfway full, and you are 1 more day away from it being completely full. And see, this is the compound effect. This is you. This is me. Like, it might look like you still have so far to go, like we talked about in that clip. But you are literally like 1 relationship away, right? You're 1 relationship away from being full, having this full relationship, right? This full experience. You're 1 idea, right? You're just 1 idea away from compounding in a way that your empty pond, or seemingly empty pond, will now be full, right? It could be tomorrow. It could be that you're just 1 day away. Maybe it's your finances. Maybe it's your money, right? You're like, I need to get my money right. You might just be 1 day away. That's it. Maybe it's your health. Maybe you're battling some sort of disease or some sort of, something. Maybe you're battling cancer or something. You're like, golly, man, I'm fighting this thing every single freaking day, right? I'm fighting, but it doesn't feel like it's going away, or it's still there. Like, you could be 1 day away. Because, see, here's the thing. Those lily pads that are doubling every single day, right? They don't know if tomorrow's that next day where the pond is full, right? The lily pads don't know. All the lily pads do is just keep growing.
Yeah.
Raphael, what's up, man?
Not much, man.
Have you ever heard of the compound effect?
No, I haven't. Educate me.
Like compound interest on your
Oh,
bank account,
absolutely,
compounding
absolutely.
a penny every day becomes $1 million.
Absolutely.
There's a guy named Darren Hardy wrote a book called The Compound Effect, how little tiny, consistent, daily actions end up creating this compound
So
effect.
that almost works for humans as well, because I
Talk to me
remember
about
you
that.
say that if you change your mindset, you change everything. So it's a mindset that is kind of driven, and a lot of things that happen here also is sometimes you got to go backwards to go forward. See, a lot of people are trying to change things that have already happened in their life. What they have to do is go backward and just analyze it so that they don't lose the lesson and don't repeat it.
That's it. Words of wisdom from
Right,
my
right,
God.
right.
That's what I'm
Yes.
talking about.
Man,
Dude,
I'm
what
tan.
you doing, man?
Holy cow.
Yeah, you're looking good, bro.
Holy
You're looking
cow.
good.
And that's with like 70 sunscreen. And if you want to see, if you don't believe
Let's
me,
see it. Let's see it.
Damn.
Dang. Looking that dark with the 70 sunscreen?
My man.
So either that stuff don't work, or you just got it. You got it going on.
I got
You've
good
been-
skin.
You've been blessed.
Good skin.
Consistency leads to compound effect. Compound effect leads to success.
I would eradicate the word consistency from your vocabulary and instead use the word daily. Because what does consistency really mean, right? I consistently work out. What does that mean? Is that 1 day a week? Is it 3 days a week? Is it once a month? I'm consistently faithful to my wife. What does that mean, right? No. Change the word consistently, get rid of it, get it out of your vocabulary. Say daily. Daily, I work out. Daily, I love and am faithful to my wife every single day, right? When we change that word, that's what adds up to success.
Your call.
Consistency leads to the compound effect. Compound effect leads to success.
Yes. Instead of teaching algebra and the like in schools, teach kids the value of capital appreciation, compound effect, and investing.
Well, here's the problem, dude. The teachers don't know that stuff. The teachers don't know about compound effect. The teachers don't know about investing. The teachers don't know about capital. So how are the teachers going to teach the students something they don't know? See, this is what you guys don't understand. You guys don't understand that it's not as easy as just releasing some sort of curriculum that's going to ultimately unwind all of the financial illiteracy that's happened in this country and around the world for hundreds and hundreds of years. You don't pay the people enough that you would need to put in a position to be able to teach other people about capital investment. Instead of teaching algebra and the like in schools, teach kids the value of capital appreciation, compound effect, and investing.
Those are gonna be some smart kids. I'm like, yeah, they should teach that. All right. The biggest concern with radioactivity is the food supplies, the living materials, plants and animals, why they digest the radiation. It has a compound effect.
Yeah, listen, I mean, the biggest problem is that everybody's breathing in toxins. The biggest problem is that the food's poison. The biggest problem is that education is not where it's supposed to be. The biggest problem. Global warming is the biggest problem. Cutting down the rainforest, biggest problem. Like, everybody's got these biggest problems. Like, look, man, stuff that's happening on a global level, we have no control over that, right? So ultimately, we can live in a world of a victim, or we can live in a world of victor. And my belief is control the things you can control, focus on the things you can focus on, do what's best for you. The biggest concern with radioactivity in the food supply is living materials, pints, animals. Who wrote this, bro?
I screenshotted that.
When they ingest the radiation, it has a compound effect.
I'm nervous now. Everything in life has a compound effect. The lines of code you write, the good deed you do, the little compliments you give, but also the times you procrastinate, the evil you do, the responsibilities you shy away from. All of it has a compound result in the future.
Amen. I absolutely align and agree with that. Listen, energy cannot be created, nor does it dissipate, right? It can only be converted. That's just simply how it works. This is why we have big windmills that capture the wind and convert that into energy that we use to ultimately power our homes. So here's how it works, man. Whatever energy you're pushing out, ultimately, not only does it make an impact on others, but it's gonna come back to you. Some say tenfold, right? Every historical text that exists on this planet talks about this. You could call it karma, or the Bible says that it's gonna come back tenfold, right? All those different things. So absolutely align and agree. Energy out equals energy in. Everything in life has a compound effect. The lines of code you write, the good deed you do, the little compliments you give, but also the times you procrastinate, the evil you do, the responsibilities you shy away from. All of it compounds to a result in the future.
I kind of feel guilty now. The compound effect is real. Prove me wrong.
I can't prove you wrong because the compound effect absolutely
is real. This stuff works, man. Small micro decisions compounded over time equals massive results. The compound effect is real. Prove me wrong.
I can't. Book summary, The Compound Effect. You cannot improve something until you measure it.
I don't know if I necessarily align and agree with that. I think that you can more effectively improve something and probably more quickly improve something by measuring it. But I know there's many things in my life that have improved without me measuring it, like my relationship with my kids, relationship with my wife, relationship with my mother-in-law. Dude, that woman used to hate this guy right here, right? She loves me now, right? There's some things that can't be measured. We don't know why, but ultimately they can be improved without measuring them. You cannot improve something until you measure it.
Wrong! I don't like this. I don't like this. Some of the most valuable things in life you can't measure. Why would you want to? Like my height. But you can measure that. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Perfect.
And that's what's up. That's how we do.
Fired up.
Let's go.
I want to unpack something monumental, a concept so powerful yet so simple that it has the might to transform lives, reshape destinies, and turn dreams into dazzling realities. It's the secret sauce of success, the subtle magic woven into the tapestry of every triumphant story. It's the compound effect by Darren Hardy. Imagine for a moment a single, small, seemingly insignificant action. Now let it ripple. Let it echo through the corridors of time, multiplying, magnifying, and gathering momentum with each passing day. It's the 1 degree of extra effort, the slight edge, the daily disciplines sprinkled consistently over the landscape of our lives. It's the penny doubled every day, blossoming into a mountain of wealth. It's easy to overlook the tiny steps, to dismiss the minute adjustments. We often find ourselves chasing the grand gestures, the sweeping actions that echo with the promise of instant success. But the universe has its rhythm, a divine melody composed of patience, persistence, and the powerful subtlety of the compound effect. Every choice we make, every step we take, every thought we harbor is a brushstroke, painting the canvas of our destiny. It's not the giant leaps, but the consistent, intentional steps, the daily dedication to our dreams and goals that shape the symphony of our success. So I encourage you, embrace the journey, celebrate the small wins, cherish the consistent efforts, and nurture the seeds of your actions with love, patience, and unwavering belief in their blossoming potential. Let the compound effect weave its magic into your life, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary and the impossible into the achievable.
So look, I had to, it's Thursday so I had to have at least a little tiny, I just asked ChatGPT, I said, hey, summarize this week up into a little 2-minute blurb. Take the week, take the show, everything that we've talked about, and just kind of sum it all up, and that's what we got. So hopefully you took as much away from that as I have from this whole week, from the book, The Compound Effect, and from being able to spend my mornings with you over the last 5 years. Yeah, it'll be 6 years in January. It's compounding, right? Every day we show up, every day we share energy, every day we encourage each other, every day we lift each other up, we learn new things, we explore, right? So on and so forth. And I know, and I hope that you know, that as children of God, all of this has design and all of it has purpose. Maybe for you, tomorrow's the day where that thing that you're fighting, that thing that you're battling, that thing that you've struggled with, that thing that's been a challenge, that thing that you've just been nose to the grind every single day, maybe tomorrow is that day where that becomes full. Where whatever that dream or vision or idea or concept that you had is fulfilled. That is my hope for you. And on that note, if it's not tomorrow, remember it might be the next day. And if it's not that day, it just might be the day after that. I don't know what day it is. You don't know what day it is. The lily pads don't know. They just continue to grow. But here's what I do know. I do know that you can count on me and my co-host Heather. We are going to be here for you at 5:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, bringing you motivation, education, inspiration, celebrity interviews, and thought-provoking conversations. That we know. That you can count on. And at some point, together, we'll celebrate that completely full pond in your life. My name is Glenn Lundy. I love you. If nobody's told you yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. And even more than that, I believe in you. So continue to rise, evolve, make an impact. Let's do it together. And I'll see you tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do it all over again right here on #Rise and Grind live with some country music. That's all I got for some weird reason. So this is how we're headed out. It is what it is. Peace.